Hey, how's everybody doing? This is JJ with Deluxe Vehicle Detailing and Paint Correction. I have prepped this hood. It is polished. It's been, the full Monty. It's been washed. It's been iron fallout remover with Superior Products Purple Prep. I also clayed it, natural clay, and then it's been OPT, which is Optimal Polymer Technologies, paint prep, wiped down several times after the polish, before the polish, and so it's all ready to go. And so the star of the show right now is Underdog Pro. Keep this in my little nice force orange pad that hit a door handle. Got a couple chunks taken out of it. Perfect coating holder. I did want to mention I used Griot's Garage. This is the best to show their Boss system. Fast correcting cream and perfecting cream. I went around the car. I know I've kind of gone in reverse order here. I just kind of did the edges and some of the weird spots that, character lines and tight areas along this corner edge. This is just a quick, I want the daily driver experience. I've coated my, garage weekend car, and, it just doesn't seem the same effect. So I've done the glass in Underdog Pro. I'm now going to do just this half of the hood. I'm going to leave this with nothing because I'm going to use a third product because the other half of the hood will be with Dallas Paint Correction TMR. So anyway, just a little background, just try to get you all caught up with the process of this. I also used these new shaped Rupaz DA fine 5-inch pads, and they are very fine. They removed very little. I wasn't going after paint correction. This is a real life car. I'm not, I'm not trying to make this 2008 Dodge Caliber into a, show car look. I've got that with the BMW. And so anyway, this was my first experience. You can see this little kind of, I call it a bell shape. It makes it nice where you can go and reach into some of the areas. Just a little side note tip. So anyway, with the Underdog, it's a 3-towel system. You've got 3 layers or levels. So you use a leveling cloth, a little bit fluffier, nice fluffy one at the end. So your GSM is kind of rising. That's my downside. And I did do the windshield. I gave it about 5 minutes approximately of time to bond to the glass. So I'm going to be kind of seeing where my tackiness is. It's 90 some degrees in here. It's Florida. It just stopped raining. It's 100% humidity. It's a terrible time to be coating a vehicle, right? Well, sometimes you got to do what you got to do. I also have really great ventilation fans. I've turned off my air conditioning system for the house, which is overhead. I've turned my fans off, which you shouldn't be breathing the chemicals that go off on the solution treatment. However, I'm doing this for you guys. So here is the application of Underdog Pro, my first application on paint. Like I said, I just finished. So I prepped the pad. That is 3 milliliters. 1, 2. I'm going to try and get all the way to the top. That's almost 3. So I did 2, and then I did 1 more to kind of get the pad primed. I'm kind of forgetting. I'm just doing the hood. I'm also going to do the plastic lenses. I gave them just a quick polish. I've still got about 2 in there. So I just did about 1.5. I'm not going to get overly, crazy with this. This is my first pipette experience as well. So forgive me. I'm trying out some new things and I'm sharing them with you. But those pipettes, super cheap, like $5 for 100 of them or something. They're 3 milliliter pipettes. So here we go with this. This is going to be my end line right here. Again, terrible, terrible time. I polished this. I'm going to do the very front. It was kind of ugly. So I'm going to go around the edges first. I'm going to catch the side curve on the hood. And then we're going to start a timer. And with Underdog Pro or Underdog Light, you want to feel a tackiness develop, and that's when you know it's time to start removing the product. That the carrier agent, which I think smells kind of minty, kind of wintergreen, if you will, it's fairly strong. I should be wearing my respirator, of course, but then I can't speak to you. And I do wear a respirator, and I should have, the fans on, but then we've got sound quality issues. So make sure that you do wear proper safety equipment. Just because I am, this is just a quick demonstration. Actually trying not to breathe it in too much. Okay. So, I don't know how that's showing. This product doesn't really, it doesn't really rainbow and flash from what I have seen with others. I'm just going to give it one more wipe in. I don't know if it's really necessary, but I'm just going to double check myself. Make sure that everything's, just kind of even. Do one more, just kind of straight line. Always good to cross hatch. But as I was saying, you do want to feel some tackiness develop. That's when you know it's time. Speaking of which, I have my friend who's been rocking me out to 30 Seconds to Mars all afternoon. I went to the Black Crowes concert. Got a little bit wild last night. Had a really good time. First big concert in a long time. This is my friend. Alexa, set timer for 5 minutes.
5 minutes, starting now.
So, at least I have a time reference going right now after last wipe, right? So the suggestion for Underdog that I picked up on, and I went and used the search, finding mechanism in the Underdog Facebook forum. And what you want to do is kind of just in a little side, out of the way area, you want to start feeling how the slide movement is. Is it tacky? Is it not tacky? Is it getting a little grabby? You want it to be a little bit grabby. One of the things with Underdog, as I mentioned in my previous, I forget which side that was. I think it was supposed to be that way. In my previous, on the windshield, you can see I have the windshield split because I'm doing two different glass coatings. I did Underdog Pro on the glass. I polished that out and made a whole video series on the glass polish today. But you want to let this set up, and you can actually, in the proper conditions with low humidity and some cooler temperatures that I'm certainly dealing with, you might be able to get around pretty much the car. You might be able to get, half the car done. And then you can start to feel this tackiness start to develop, and then use your 3-towel system, like I said. Kind of a, a leveling towel, a little bit, more of a medium pile, and then your fluffy. So anyway, that's what I'm going to do. And because this is my first time using Underdog, you want to kind of feel like that, and it's not grabby. So since I finished, let's see, it started at 5 minutes, so it's only been little, coming up on 3 minutes. Yeah, so there's 2.5. So it's about 2.5 minutes. Half of my 5-minute timer has gone. So says the girl with the name who starts with A. So I'm just gonna, let this run. I know I'm at 10 minutes and 51 seconds at that point that I look. But bear with me for just a couple minutes more here. I know this is kind of watching wet paint dry. But I will say I'm super excited about Underdog. I really like everything I've seen and read about it. Joel seems like he's really onto something. It's kind of a different run company. I believe he and his wife or significant other take care of things. They sent me some cool rearview mirror hangers that hey, the wheels are coated and the glass is coated and the paint is coated, and you check that, give it to your client, and that way they're not going to take it through a car wash when they take it into the dealership for service, things like that. They just have little free giveaways. They give something for you on your birthday. They're just kind of locked in with coolness. I'm sorry to say. Well, not sorry to say, but they got something. They got something special going on, and I want to jump in and be a part of it as well. So I am, and I am pretty happy with my decision. So let's take another little kind of check. We have 1 minute left, so it's been 4 minutes. Yeah, I'd say I kind of feel that tacky. It seemed like a lot wasn't really going on. I've used a number of milliliters. It's only a 30 milliliter bottle. I've got a big vehicle coming in, a Jeep Wrangler. So, I want to make sure that I had the 60 mils. It's going to go a long way. I usually use, it's kind of sticky. I mean, I don't know if I'd exactly say tacky, but I can feel some grabbiness. And where I move the towel, you can just kind of see that in my lighting view from the overhead lights. So, there's the timer. Okay, Alexa, stop timer. Okay, so with the heat and with the humidity, what I gather is 5 minutes is about all you really need. I did feel a little bit of tackiness. I'm going to go over, make sure I get a little further than what I do. This strip, I'm going to use TK6, which I'm not even sure is being produced by Dallas Paint Correction anymore. It was kind of formerly Kingsguard. Absolutely love that product. So I can feel, this does not feel real smooth as I'm on my first white. It's a little tacky. It's a little grabby. When you get coatings and you're applying them, usually at first they're not too smooth. It's usually a little bit later and you start to feel that smoothness. And of course, a lot of coatings aren't really fully cured for 7 days or so. But most can get wet within 24 if, the car was in rain. I've got the BMW out. It's been rained on a couple times. It's going to continue to get rained on. I'm going to drive it tomorrow for some personal training clients. So anyway, this is just my one side white. I have used side 1 and 2 of this leveling towel. I do a countdown 1 through 8. I know that auto fiber that makes the auto saver pad, which is protected on the inside so the coating doesn't get absorbed. They have actually a microfiber towel that has little 1/8 when you do your folds. Interesting, I've seen them. Okay, now this wipe is significantly smoother. I'm feeling a lot less resistance. It's not super like icy, slickness, but I wouldn't expect it to be right out of the gate. Okay, so much smoother. I'm barely applying any pressure at all, and it has changed up quite a bit. Before I forget, this is also done with 1 and 2, on to 3 and 4. Make sure none of that touches the other side. So here is the final buff with the third towel. I'm usually on 2 towels with coatings, 2 different towels, 2 different wipes, one leveling, one buffing. But this is a 3. And again, very slick now. That's, really moving along. A lot different than the first leveling towel. So if that's what I can expect from the so-called tackiness, that's awesome. I was wondering kind of, you don't know until you try something and you get an actual feel for it, right? So, looks good. I certainly didn't correct the paint with the Rupes fine. I have seen some, one-step discussion on these pads, but man, your paint would have to be in really good shape, because as I'm looking into the light up through here, I'm going to maybe turn you just a little bit. I'm going to maybe try to bring you in, give you kind of a figure out where you are. So trying to give you a little bit of that lighting, just so you can see that corner there and catch the light. It's, I've got still, some very light, love marks, I'm going to call them, on that. So anyway, peace. I do appreciate each and every one of you. Please give me a thumbs up. Hit the notification bell. Bing! And you'll get future notifications when I drop videos. I do thank you. And drop me some comments. Give me some love. And until next time, catch you on the flip side.